I've put down several amendments, many amendments to the bill, because I agree with your analysis. We are in an era where our electoral legislation was written at a time where people went back to their constituencies once every 5 years. They did a short campaign with leaflets, and then they came back here if they'd been elected. That is not today's reality. So I've been trying to work as cross-party as possible. Zoe and I have met. I have met with Dr. Ellie Chowns as well, who's now obviously on the committee, as well as key members of the Conservative team, as well as key ministers and members of our team, the Electoral Commission, and also with Philip Rycroft, because I think it's really, really important that we recognise that his report is a very, very good assessment. So my amendments focus in several areas. One is deepfakes, and it tries to do two things in deepfakes. It recognises that fun deepfakes, sort of if you want to be an MP that dresses up as Superman and you jump over Big Ben, and that's the core of your election campaign, great, whatever, you probably won't get elected, but at least say this is a deepfake. You know, have at least say this has been created using AI. And then there's deep fakes that misrepresent, that other people are making of you that misrepresent. And for me, that is extremely, extremely harmful. You know, there's 72 TikTok accounts that currently use BBC footage of the Prime Minister and just change the audio. And therefore, you get to the doorstep and they say, I hear you're introducing a Christmas tax. You say, no, you're not introducing a Christmas tax. No, I saw it. I saw it on the BBC. I didn't just see it once. I saw it several times on the BBC. That is disinformation. Or people who are deliberately creating deep fakes, like the guy in Sri Lanka who has 126 Facebook sites, and he's got a deep fake of Lord Ali and Keir Starmer CCTV footage making out. He's got Sadiq Khan saying he only rents council houses to Muslims. He doesn't do it because he believes it. He does it because it makes him £300,000 a year. And he now has a YouTube channel that promotes how to do that. So this is the type of thing we're facing on deepfakes. So we have to stop the mischaracterization of politicians and politicians' views. And so that's what another one of my amendments does. We also need to recognize that it's not just deep fakes that are a problem online, it's algorithmic bias, which we're starting to see really good academic literature on what happened in terms of the platforms in the US. There's some good work coming out of Monash University in Australia around looking at that, very, very technical. Also the use of bots, and whether that's the use and purchase of bots by politicians themselves, because I'm sorry, I'm going to, I don't mind if you repeat this, but there's no way Rupert Lowe has that many followers. They are bots. He has bought them, or he's been given them. That needs to be stopped. We see foreign interference, and we know about the Iranian bots that are all really, really keen on Scotland becoming a sovereign country. They seem to go dead every time the internet goes out in Iran. This is deliberate disinformation, and Rycroft Review is really good at that. So we need to have a live system controlled by with experts at the Electoral Commission that are watching that bot activity, that know exactly what's happening and can monitor the bot algorithmic bias as well that is happening. So I know it's not just about new powers to the Electoral Commission, but it is about these sorts of powers that are live, not after the fact, but live. Then we need a protocol that says what happens if we have a major incident, like what happened in Northern Ireland. In the Republic of Ireland, where there was a deep fake of one of the candidates saying they were pulling out of the race 2 days before the election. What would we do if that happened now? Let's not figure that out when it happens. Let's figure it out now and make sure that it's not seen as a way of influencing politics. And then political advertising online is very, very, very different than political advertising in newspapers or radio, because you can micro-target. And when you micro-target, it's only those people that can see it. So we need to have a proper repository where every single political ad, who it's targeted to, what the ad said, and how much money was put behind it, that is centrally held so that anybody can monitor what is being said, whether it's mis or disinformation, and how much they're actually spending on it. So that's a pretty hop, skip, and a jump through my amendments. I'm sure I missed one in there, but that's the spirit of them. And they're meant to work very much in tandem with what Justin's put down and what others are putting down within the bill, because actually, as you said, we have this once in a generation opportunity to make sure that the public has confidence in our elections. Because if we don't get it right, it's not about somebody stealing the elections, it's about actually stealing the choice of our voters to be able to properly make an assessment and choose who they want to vote for.